In a bustling city, amidst the towering skyscrapers and the ceaseless hum of traffic, lived a man named Daniel. He was an ordinary man with an ordinary life, or so it seemed. Every morning, he would wake up to the blaring of his alarm clock, rousing him from a dreamless sleep. With a heavy sigh, he would swing his legs over the side of the bed and begin another day in the relentless cycle of his existence. Daniel's days were filled with a monotonous routine. He would hurry through a quick breakfast, barely tasting the food as he rushed to catch the crowded subway to his office. The subway was always packed with people, each lost in their own world, their faces blank and expressionless. They clutched their coffee cups and stared at their phones, seeking refuge from the tediousness of their daily lives. At the office, Daniel would sit in his cubicle, staring at a computer screen for hours on end. The work was unfulfilling, and he couldn't help but wonder if this was all there was to life. He watched as his colleagues pushed papers and clicked away at their keyboards, all seemingly absorbed in their tasks, but he couldn't shake the feeling that they were just going through the motions. During lunch breaks, Daniel often found himself wandering the streets, aimlessly searching for something he couldn't quite define. He passed by a park where children laughed and played, and he longed for the innocence and simplicity of their lives. It was as if a void had settled within him, a hollowness that no amount of work or material possessions could fill. One evening, as Daniel made his way home from work, he happened upon a small, unassuming church. Its doors were open, and the soft glow of candlelight spilled out onto the sidewalk. Curiosity led him inside, and as he stepped through the threshold, he felt an inexplicable sense of peace wash over him. Inside the church, Daniel found himself surrounded by a small congregation of people. Their faces were serene, and their voices filled the air with hymns of faith and devotion. For the first time in a long time, he felt a connection to something greater than himself. It was as if a spark had been ignited within his soul, a spark that had long been dormant. In the weeks that followed, Daniel became a regular visitor to the church. He attended services, listened to the sermons, and spoke with the members of the congregation. He discovered a sense of purpose and community that had been sorely lacking in his life. The emptiness that had once consumed him began to recede, replaced by a newfound sense of hope and meaning. As Daniel delved deeper into his newfound faith and religion, he found that life was no longer a relentless routine. He still went to work, but it no longer defined him. Instead, his faith gave him a sense of purpose that transcended the daily grind. He began to see beauty in the simple moments of life, in the kindness of strangers, and in the wonders of the world around him. Daniel realized that life could indeed be empty when people merely woke up and went to work, but it didn't have to be that way. With faith and religion, he had found a path to a more meaningful existence, one where the emptiness was replaced by a sense of fulfillment and purpose. And as he looked around at the faces of his fellow worshippers, he knew that he was not alone in his journey toward a richer, more spiritually fulfilling life.